Single-seaters. The cars that claimed their space in pretty much every racing series at one point. The cars that ultimately brought us sports like Formula 1 and IndyCar. But open-wheelers aren't the only single-seaters in the history of motorsport. In fact, there are many different racing series that mandated an open-cockpit Spider-type race car at least one time in their history. Le Mans 24, 24 Hours of Daytona, and the 12 Hours of Sebring, to name a few. Before this video starts though, I wanna quickly mention that there is a reason why my upload schedule is as bad as it is. Every video takes me about 8 to 12 hours to make, and as you could expect, during such a long time I've lost motivation quite often. However, I still highly appreciate your support on my videos, which is why I will continue having fun producing content for you. Just not as regularly. With that said, let's move on with this video. Hey guys, and welcome back on my channel. Today we will take a look on 4 classic single-seater Spider-type race car mods for Assetto Corsa. So without further ado, let's start with number 4. The Mercedes SL series is of course one of Mercedes' all-time best-selling car lines ever. This is also why it is so iconic, not only among racing fans. This particular SLR is one of Mercedes' most famous cars, driven by names like Fangio and Sir Stirling Moss. With its 2 seats which could be repurposed to 1 seat and its streamlined bodywork, it was capable of reaching 180 miles per hour or 290 kph, which at the time made it the fastest and most dominant car in the world. These speeds, however, ultimately resulted in motorsport's most infamous and horrific crash in Le Mans 1955, killing 84 people including 83 spectators and the French driver Pierre Levert. This crash caused Mercedes to retire from motorsport only to come back in 1987. Besides from all the horror this car was involved in, it is still pretty nice to drive and definitely feels like a time machine. This mod has one pretty annoying bug though, which lets every car that is directly in front of the windshield disappear, for some reason. Still, this is a decent mod and I suggest you give this one a try. From a what could have been successful race car, we switch topics to a super successful race car line, the McLaren M8. Designed as a prototype to race in a Canadian-American Challenge Cup short Can-Am, it went on to dominate the years in which it took part. This particular model, M8C, was designed for rich private car owners and car collectors. However, this car also had a tragic incident resulting in the death of Bruce McLaren. The mod itself is very difficult to drive because braking while turning, or in other words trail braking, is close to impossible in this car. That's why I would not recommend this car to beginners, because this car is super hard to drive and to get the hang of. Because of this, it has also only landed on the 3rd spot. So if you want to have a fun, wild race car you definitely won't get the hang of after 2 laps, then try out this mod. Quick reminder, it comes in the Assetto Corsa Legends mod pack, paired with a lot of other cool cars to try out. Next up is a car that played a key role in how today's racing became to be. In 1956, the Swiss engineer and driver Michel May saw the potential of improving a car's aerodynamics by using an inverted wing on his cousin's Porsche 550 Spider. Being the first one to experiment with a negative force sucking a car to the ground in order to improve the effectivity of the engine, he created what's known as downforce today. After years of setbacks due to companies not being happy that their works cars were slower than the modified ones, he finally arrived at Ferrari as a consultant at the Ferrari F1 team. There he could convince the team to use a wing on an F1 car for the first time. The rest is history. The mod itself definitely manages to create this first sensation of downforce on a low grip car. You can really feel how the car starts to grip up in high speed corners but fails to produce the same grip during deceleration phases and while driving slow in general. So if you are a fan of motorsport history, you should definitely try out this mod. This mod represents another hugely successful car. This time it is Alfa Romeo's Tipo 33 TT12 Spider, designed to take part in the Sportwagen-Weltmeisterschaft held by the FIA. In 1975 it already won after only existing for 3 years. During that season it won 7 of the 8 races and was driven by drivers like Jochen Mass. The reason this mod made it onto Top Spot is that I absolutely enjoy its driving behavior, sound and its looks. It is not too hard to get a hang of this car, and that's why you can just hop in and have a casual drive. It provides you with a ton of fun and enjoyment. So if you want to try out my favorite classic single-seater car, or if you just want to have a car you can casually hop into and have a drive, then definitely download this mod. Right guys, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other cars you would like to see on this list, then text me in the comments. Maybe I will make a part 2 of this, but I'm not sure yet. And with all that said, bye! See you in the next one.